Hi, it's Sue. Thanks for joining me for today's Bible reading. It is for August 22nd, and I'm reading Jeremiah 35 to 37 from the World English Bible. Verse 1. The word which came to Jeremiah from Yahweh in the days of Jehoiakim, the son of Josiah, king of Judah, saying, Go to the house of the Rechabites and speak to them, and bring them into Yahweh's house, into one of the rooms, and give them wine to drink. Then I took Jazaniah the son of Jeremiah, the son of Habazziniah, with his brothers, all his sons, and the whole house of the Rechabites. And I brought them into Yahweh's house, into the room of the sons of Hanan, the sons of Igdaliah, the man of God, which was by the room of the princes, which was above the room of Messiah, the son of Shallum, the keeper of the threshold. I set before the sons of the house of the Rechabites bowls full of wine and cups, and I said to them, Drink wine. But they said, We will drink no wine. For Jonadab the son of Rechab, our father, commanded us, saying, You shall drink no wine, neither you nor your sons forever. You shall not build a house, sow seed, plant a vineyard, or have any, but all your days you shall dwell in tents, that you may live many days in the land in which you live as nomads. We have obeyed the voice of Jonadab the son of Rechab, our father, in all that he commanded us, to drink no wine all our days, we, our wives, our sons, our daughters, and not to build houses for ourselves to dwell in. But we have no vineyard, field, or seed, but we have lived in tents, and have obeyed and done all according to that Jonadab our father commanded us. But when Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, came up into the land, we said, Come, let's go to Jerusalem for fear of the army of the Chaldeans, and for fear of the army of the Syrians, so we will dwell at Jerusalem. Then Yahweh's word came to Jeremiah, saying, Yahweh of armies, the God of Israel, says, Go and tell the men of Judah and the inhabitants of Jerusalem, Will you not receive instruction to listen to my words, says Yahweh? The words of Jonadab, the son of Rechab, that he commanded his sons not to drink wine, are performed, and to this day they drink none, for they obey their father's commandment. But I have spoken to you, rising early, there it is again, rising up early, and speaking, and you have not listened to me. I have sent also to you all my servants the prophets, rising up early and sending them, saying, Every one of you must return now from his evil way and amend your doings, and don't go after other gods to serve them. Then you will dwell in the land which I have given to you and to your fathers, but you have not inclined your ear, nor listened to me. The sons of Jonadab, the son of Rechab, have performed the commandment of their father, which he commanded them, but this people has not listened to me. So basically, they obeyed their father. Why can't you obey me, the God of the universe? 17. Therefore Yahweh, God of armies, the God of Israel, says, Behold, I will bring on Judah and on all the inhabitants of Jerusalem all the evil that I have pronounced against them, because I have spoken to them, but they have not heard, and I have called to them, but they have not answered. Jeremiah said to the house of the Rechabites, Yahweh of armies, the God of Israel, says, Because you have obeyed the commandment of Jonadab your father, and kept all of his precepts, and done according to all that he commanded you, therefore Yahweh of armies, the God of Israel, says, Jonadab the son of Rechab will not lack a man to stand before me forever. Chapter 36, verse 1. My little dog's over here, scratching at my arm for my attention. It's funny. Verse 1. In the 4th year of Jehoiakim, not Jehoiakim, but Jehoiakim, the son of Josiah, king of Judah, this word came to Jeremiah from Yahweh, saying, Take a scroll of a book and write in it all the words that I have spoken to you against Israel and against Judah and against all the nations from the day I spoke to you, from the days of Josiah even to this day. It may be that the house of Judah will hear all the evil which I have intended to do to them, that they may each return from his evil way, that I may forgive their iniquity and their sin. So he's trying to get their attention. He's warning them. Then Jeremiah called Baruch the son of Neriah, and Baruch wrote from the mouth of Jeremiah all Yahweh's words, which he had spoken to him on a scroll of a book. So here you have Jeremiah dictating to Baruch, his scribe. Jeremiah, verse 5. Jeremiah commanded Baruch, saying, I am restricted. I can't go into Yahweh's house. Therefore you go and read from the scroll which you have written from my mouth, Yahweh's words in the ears of the people in Yahweh's house on the fast day. Also you shall read them in the ears of all of Judah who come out of their cities It may be they will present their supplication before Yahweh, and will each return from his evil way, for Yahweh has pronounced great anger and wrath against this people. Baruch the son of Neriah did according to all that Jeremiah the prophet commanded him, reading the book Yahweh's reading in the book Yahweh's words and Yahweh's in Yahweh reading in the book Yahweh's words in Yahweh's house. Got it. Now in the 5th year of Jehoiakim, son of Josiah, king of Judah, in the 9th month, all the people in Jerusalem and all the people who came from the cities of Judah to Jerusalem proclaimed a fast before Yahweh. Then Baruch read the words of Jeremiah from the book in Yahweh's house, in the room of Gemariah the son of Shaphan, the scribe, in the upper court, at the entry of the new gate of Yahweh's house, in the ears of all the people. When Micaiah the son of Gemariah, it seems like there was, now I'm not a historian, and I only draw this off of bits and pieces that I've learned over the years, but I get the impression that kind of like it was open mic in various places around the temple at different times. They had teachers here, there, and everywhere. I don't know if they would just stand up and talk, or they had certain seats they could take turns sitting at, or both, or, you would just sit on the steps somewhere or stand at the gate and make your pronouncements. I'm not sure, but obviously there was some freedom to speak so that the prophets could do that. Or maybe they had a time when they would hear the prophets specifically. I know they had times like that, but it seems like there was more than that. So if you understand how those things work, please feel free to comment. Okay, so here, verse 11. When Micaiah the son of Gemariah the son of Shaphan had heard out of the book of all Yahweh's words, he went down into the king's house, into the scribe's room, and behold, all the princes were sitting there. Elishama the scribe, Delaiah the son of Shemaiah, Elnathan the son of Ichbor, Gemariah the son of Shaphan, Zedekiah the son of Hananiah, and all the princes. Then Micaiah declared to them all the words that he had heard from Baruch, when Baruch read the book in the ears of the people. Therefore all the princes sent Jehudi, the son of Nethaniah, the son of Shelemiah, the son of Cushi, to Baruch, saying, Take in your hand the scroll in which you have read in the ears of the people, and come. So Baruch the son of Neriah took the scroll in hand and came to them. They said to him, Sit down now and read it in our hearing. So Baruch read it in their hearing. Now when they had heard all the words, they turned in fear toward one another, and said to Baruch, We will surely tell the king all these words. They asked Baruch, saying, Tell us now, how did you write all these words at his mouth? Then Baruch answered them, He dictated all these words to me with his mouth, and I wrote them with ink in the book. Then the princes said to Baruch, You and Jeremiah go hide. Don't let anyone know where you are. They went into the king and into the court. So interesting, if you go back to what I was saying, that there were people teaching here and there. And I imagine that that's true. I'm fairly sure that was true. Or he couldn't just go walk up and start giving this word. So of all them, the word that got people's attention was this one, the one that was the true word of God. If you go out there and start speaking the word, it's going to get someone's attention. It's different than any other word. It's the word of God. So I think it's so interesting that they were like, the one guy heard it, noticed, it raised his eyebrows, went and told the other guys they wanted to hear it, and it's starting this whole cascade of events. Okay, so they told him and Jeremiah to go hide. Verse 20, they went into the king, into the court, but they had laid up the scroll in the room of Elishama the scribe. Then they told all the words in the hearing of the king. So the king sent Jehudi to get the scroll, and he took it out of the room of Elishama the scribe. Jehudi read it in the hearing of the king and in the hearing of all the princes who stood beside the king. Now the king was sitting in the winter house in the 9th month, and there was a fire in the brazier burning before him. When Jehudi read 3 or 4 leaves, the king cut it with the penknife, cast it into the fire that was in the brazier, until all the scroll was consumed in the fire that was in the brazier. The king and his servants who heard all these words were not afraid, and didn't tear their garments. Moreover, Elnathan and Delaiah and Gemariah had made intercession to the king that he would not burn the scroll, but he would not listen to them. The king commanded Jeremiel the king's son, and Seraiah the son of Azriel, and Shelemiah the son of Abdiel, to arrest Baruch the scribe and Jeremiah the prophet, but Yahweh hid them. Then Yahweh's word came to Jeremiah after the king had burned the scroll, and the words of Baruch, uh, and the words which Baruch wrote at the mouth of Jeremiah, saying, Take again another scroll and write it in the former words that were in the first scroll, which Jehoiakim king of Judah has burned. Concerning Jehoiakim king of Judah, you shall say, Yahweh says, You have burned this scroll, saying, Why have you written therein, saying, The king of Babylon will certainly come and destroy this land, and will cause to cease from the from where will cause to cease from there man and animal. Therefore Yahweh says concerning Jehoiakim, king of Judah, he will have no one to sit on David's throne. His dead body will be cast out in the day to the heat, and in the night to the frost. I will punish him, his offspring, and his servants for their iniquity. I will bring on them, on the inhabitants of Jerusalem, and on the men of Judah, all the evil that I have pronounced against them, but they didn't listen. Think about it. They could have just gone. He said, Go ahead, just go, and you'll be okay. But they refused to, you know, concede. It's a good word. Then took Jeremiah another scroll and gave it to Baruch the scribe, the son of Neriah, who wrote therein from the mouth of Jeremiah all the words of the book which Jehoiakim, king of Judah, had burned in the fire, and many similar words were added to them. Chapter 37. Zedekiah, the son of Josiah, reigned as king, instead of Coniah, the son of Jehoiakim, whom Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, made king in the land of Judah. But neither he nor his servants nor the people of the land listened to Yahweh's words which he spoke by the prophet Jeremiah. Zedekiah, I think this is the third or fourth king now. I didn't keep count. Zedekiah the king sent Jehukal, the son of Shelemiah, and Zephaniah, the son of Messiah, the priest, to the prophet Jeremiah, saying, Pray now to Yahweh our God for us. Now Jeremiah came in and went out among the people, for they had not put him into prison. Pharaoh's army had come out of Egypt, and when the Chaldeans who were besieging Jerusalem heard news of them, they broke up from Jerusalem. So let me look at that. Pharaoh's army had come out of Egypt, and when the Chaldeans, that's the Babylonians, who were besieging Jerusalem, heard of it, they broke up, whatever that means, from Jerusalem. I guess it means they left, or some of them left. Verse 6. Then Yahweh's word came to the prophet Jeremiah, saying, Yahweh the God of Israel says, You shall tell the king of Judah, who sent you to me to inquire of me, Behold, Pharaoh's army, which has come out to help you, will return to Egypt in their own land. The Chaldeans will come again and fight against this city. They will take it and burn it with fire. So they may have been thinking, oh, we're good now. The Chaldeans have left. But he's saying, no, they're going to come back, just like I said. Verse 9. Yahweh says, Don't deceive yourselves, saying, The Chaldeans will surely depart from us, for they will not depart. For then you had struck the whole army of the Chaldeans who fight against you, and only wounded men remained among them. They would each rise up in his tent and burn this city with fire. In other words, it's inevitable. When the army of the Chaldeans had broken up from Jerusalem for fear of Pharaoh's army, then Jeremiah went out from Jerusalem to go into the land of Benjamin to receive his portion there in the middle of the people. When he was in Benjamin's gate, captain of the guard was there, whose name was Arijah, the son of Shelemiah, the son of Hananiah, and he seized Jeremiah the prophet, saying, You are defecting to the Chaldeans. Then Jeremiah said, That is false. I am not defecting to the Chaldeans. But he didn't listen to him. So Arijah seized Jeremiah and brought him to the princes. The princes were angry with Jeremiah and struck him and put him in prison in the house of Jonathan the scribe, for they had made that the prison. When Jeremiah had come into the dungeon house, into the cells, and Jeremiah remained there many days, then Zedekiah the king sent and had him brought out. The king asked him secretly in his house, Is there a word from Yahweh? Jeremiah said, There is. He also said, You will be delivered into the hand of the king of Babylon. That's what I talked about the other day. Zedekiah ends up in a terrible fate in the hands of Babylon. We'll see that. 18. Moreover, Jeremiah said to King Zedekiah, How have I sinned against you, against your servants, or against this people, that you put me in prison? Now where are your prophets who prophesied to you, saying, The king of Babylon will not come against you, nor against this land? Now please hear, my lord the king. Please let my supplication be presented before you, that you not cause me to return to the house of Jonathan the scribe, lest I die there. Then Zedekiah the king commanded, and they committed Jeremiah into the court of the guard. They gave him daily a loaf of bread out of the baker's street, until all the bread in the city was gone. Thus Jeremiah remained in the court of the guard. That's it for today's reading. So we're right in the middle of the siege going on. Babylon is King Nebuchadnezzar and Babylon are besieging Jerusalem. So I don't know where it picks up tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll be reading 38, 39, 40, and 41. So I'll see you then. Thanks for joining me. God bless.